We're back.
That was the loudest gulp of sun drop I've ever heard to a microphone in my life.
I was thirsty. I just got done eating Zot.
All right, y'all.
I was trying to hurry up and eat the Zot.
Yeah,
because I get scolded for chewing on
the reason it's 7:02 and we're just now going live is because we had to let Brian finish sucking on that Zot and chew it up and swallow it. Because he's gotten yelled at before by. I don't want to have to listen to that through a microphone.
No, and I don't want to do something that
annoys somebody.
Viewers crazy.
Oh, I'm about to say you do stuff to annoy me all the time on the boat.
I don't care if it annoys you. I'm talking about these fine folks that are listening to us talk and watching us.
You got more respect for them than you do me. Understood.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. 3 in a row.
This is 3 in a row, isn't it?
3 in a row. I saw a comment a minute ago said getting pretty regular with the shows, almost like it's a real podcast. Almost.
We're this close.
Yep. Well, y'all know
after 5 years we're this close.
Yeah. Y'all know Let's Talk Fish presented by Angler's Choice Marine. And Angler's Choice Marine, 3 locations. If you're in the market for a new boat or used boat, check them out. Martinsville, Virginia, Lexington, North Carolina, and Spindale, North Carolina. Look them up on anglerschoicemarine.com. Give them a shout. I promise you they got a huge selection of new boats, Rangers, Nitros, Tritons, Sun Tracker pontoons, Tracker aluminums, Ranger aluminums, all the goods, and a heck of a tackle selection too.
Yes, very nice tackle selection
at all the stores.
And all the stores rig your boat up. If you get new electronics, want to put a new Mercury outboard on there, they can take care of all that and get you going.
Said 3 in a row is the start of a dynasty. See that in the comments.
I'm
y'all look over
this.
Fishing Podcast enemies.
We've had a good day today.
We're getting ready to take out everybody. They don't know it yet. We're gonna do
we're gonna
do like 4 a week. We're gonna be like
4 a week.
Some of them that do like Block It and some of that crew that does like 3 a day. Not podcasts, but they're like
that'd be tough for me.
5 to 10 minute videos. Not if you do like he does. He talks about the same thing like 9 out of the 10 ones he does a week. So you could do that.
Yeah, I guess we could. We can figure something out. We can make it work.
Yeah, we can figure it out. Y'all, we'll keep doing these. Y'all keep coming back, and we appreciate that. But if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. We like doing these shows. It's rare where we get in the studio every single week, obviously.
But we're doing good this fall.
I think we're doing real good. Yeah,
we're making up for the spring downtime when we're traveling.
Don't forget, at the end of the show, we do have a trivia giveaway as usual, sponsored by Angler's Choice Marine.
Nice weigh-in bag.
Which we didn't have Saturday. We were in Brian's boat. We didn't have a weigh bag.
I forgot my weigh-in bag.
Yeah.
So Matt and I fished a tournament at Lake Norman, and
forgot your weigh-in bag? Do you actually
own
a weigh-in bag?
MLF. I don't use my live wells. Matt had to show me how to turn the live well on.
True story. True story.
I did remember to bring little coil clips, but I did not have a weigh bag. Ooh, and I had a net too.
Yeah, he did have a net.
I did have it. I
didn't even hardly know how to hold.
No, we struggled with
it. We tried netting our own fish. That didn't work. We tried netting each other's fish. That didn't work. We boat flipping them.
We really didn't catch anything big enough, deserving of the net.
Hybrids.
Yeah, but we didn't net them. We just
didn't you boat flip a hybrid?
No, I leaned over the side.
I thought you boat flipped a hybrid. All right, we are going to give some juice out now. Let me preface this. Lake Norman. SOCC tournament, Special Olympics, Cleveland County. Great event. They do a great job putting this tournament on, raise a ton of money every year. Raised close to $50,000 this year, $50,000+ last year.
One of the biggest ongoing benefit tournaments in our area. It's probably, how long has it been going, guys? Had to have been 15 years.
I'd say over 15 years. Yeah,
long time.
Didn't Kevin say 19 last night?
I would say
he's been helping with it for 19
years. That would surprise me.
It's been a long
time. So I've only fished. I fished Saturday. You and I fished Saturday. I've only fished one other one. I'm sure you probably fished more than that.
Yeah, I fished a good bit back in the day. I haven't fished them much in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, though.
Yeah. Well, last time I fished one with my buddy Les Doolin, and it was probably 13 or 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And but anyway, 147 boats, great turnout.
Yeah.
Raised a lot of money for a great cause. I'm glad we got to go fish it. And
had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we ended up getting a check. Which, how
many places did they pay?
They paid 30 places.
So 147 boats paid 30 places.
Yeah, we ended up 21st, I think. Yep. And I won't tell you how bad we got our butts kicked by 2 young kids. Like, I mean, it tends to be the norm lately. But no, the kids that won, I personally don't know them. I actually went up on the way out.
Called a Lake Norman Giant.
Yeah, they had a 777 big fish.
Nearly a 8-pounder.
Yeah,
that's a
that's
big
a
fish
stud.
any time of year on Lake Norman, but to do that in the fall, like
100%.
early November, late October,
Yeah.
that is a giant bass.
And,
for
and
Lake
had
Norman.
and had right at 18 pounds, which is a huge bag on Norman 12 months out of the year, much less this time of year.
Right.
My guess weight to win the tournament was 1637. I was off.
You were off, yeah.
Yeah, I was off.
Yeah.
Somebody
That's
had
the one
guessed
cool thing about that tournament is there's a lot of different ways you can
make extra money.
make extra money, and it's kind of fun. So
Parent, child,
parent, child, college,
husband, wife,
high school,
senior.
Angler's Choice does a
3 bonuses.
three
bonuses.
highest Angler's Choice boat owners or 3 highest finishers that purchased a boat from Angler's Choice Marine gets Angler's Choice bonus money. They have the guess your weight, like so when you register, you guess the winning weight, and whoever's closest wins that little pot. So it's pretty fun. It's
Yeah.
almost like fishing an offshore tournament with all the Calcuttas.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. Let's see. That's right. If all you do in charity tournaments is have fun, you won. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a
did
good
have a
time.
good
The
time.
event was well run, very smooth. Launched 147 boats out of Pinnacle Landing at Lake Norman. It was very
Right.
smooth.
Very
Things went very
smooth.
fast. They
Take
had the
blast
flights
off,
had the
Brad
flights
Sta-
staggered correctly.
I think Brad Staley did the launch and live well check, and that went very smooth. So it is a good event.
And Angler's Choice helped direct the weigh-in. They had their weigh-in trailer there. Angler's Choice came and volunteered. We had a couple kids from the CCBA, Cleveland County Bass Anglers, go and help out. And, yeah, it was a good time had by all. Congrats to the kids that won, though. But I had not been on Norman. I've been on Norman one time this year, back in February. Had not been on the lake since. Brian had been on the lake a handful
probably
of times.
6 or so times this year. I
So
would say.
we kind of went out there just, blind and not
I've been
really knowing.
once since like May though.
Yeah, so we went out there blind, and we just want to talk about kind of how we approached the event. And now you got to keep in mind
Some dumb decisions we made.
Yeah, some dumb decisions we made. Actually, I'm going to let you go through
You
the
want me to
day,
touch on
and
the
then
first dumb decision?
I'll stop you and remind everybody how dumb of a decision that was. Okay, does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. All right.
Because I can already recall multiple dumb decisions.
I recall the
Now start.
feel
Now
like
start. I think I might be wrong, but I think what our viewers really want to dive into and hear is our train of thought going into this event, kind of what we thought might be going on, and some of our starting
and why
options.
we did the
and-
exact opposite of what we thought
half
would
the
be.
day, half the day, yeah, half the day. But yeah, go ahead, take it away, Brian.
Well, first off, we started out with an excellent decision.
That was your decision.
We were riding down the lake. Didn't know where we were going to go. We were still talking as they were calling our boat number. Like, where do we want to go?
Well, we were in our we were one boat 119.
yeah,
It's
we were
not
way
like we
down.
were going to get on any juice that we didn't know any juice, but we had thought about some.
We had a lot of options that worked 10 years ago.
Correct.
Then
Yeah.
So anyways, we're riding down the lake, and I'm like, there's a little brush pile in front of this shallow dock. Let's just stop on it and see if we can catch a couple. Sure enough, we pull over there. I pan the Mega Live 2 over, and there's a bunch sitting on top of this brush in like 10, 12 feet of water. You threw a jerk bait over it first.
No, you threw an A-rig and scared them all to death.
Yeah, I threw an A-rig, and they all followed it. And then Matt picked up a jerk bait and caught 2 or 3. I threw a Rambler across it and caught one on top.
You did. Kel caught one on top.
Yeah. And then we went down the bank about 100 yards, and I caught another 2.5 pounder on a buzzbait.
No, that was a 210. That was our biggest bass of the day.
That was our biggest bass
Yeah.
of the day. So anyway,
Right in front of our buddy Andy.
it was.
I had to throw that in there. He don't listen to podcasts anyway. so.
Well, I felt bad because Andy Montgomery's out there with his daughter and his nephew.
Wasn't your fault.
I know, but I still kind of felt bad that
You gave him the rest of the pocket.
Yeah, like I said, are y'all going to go on back there? And Andy said, we was thinking about it, and I said, all right, we're going to go fish one brush pile. We won't fish the bank, and we'll get it. So we got out there and left it for him. But in the first 10 minutes,
You literally did catch that fish right in front of his 2 kids.
yeah, 60 feet. Yeah.
And,
we were both coming down the bank.
when
and
you're
it just
that
happened
young-
to be when we met.
Well, they were blind. They were behind a point.
Yeah, we couldn't see them until they rounded the point.
And they round the point, and Brian's fighting one about close to 3 pounds.
So, anyways, the first 10 minutes, we've got 3 pretty good keepers in the boat already. And then the wheels are turning because we've got 2 on top water, 1 decent one on a jerk bait. And like, all right, where we getting? I'm thinking, I know one place, one pocket we need to go check. I catch some big ones on top water in. Well, I'll let Matt tell you why this was a stupid idea. So where we caught those fish was close to the main lake, probably some of the warmest water on
Right
the
off
lake.
the main lake.
Yeah, right off the main lake. And the water was like 65 degrees.
Yeah,
you know,
65, 66
Yeah,
degrees.
just nice. And then I get the bright idea,
Nice.
"Ooh, let's run over here and hit this pocket." And now I'll let Matt tell you why that was a dumb idea.
Well, I kind of thought I knew where you were going, but I wasn't sure. And then when we pulled in there, I'm like, yeah, I've caught them in here cranking and stuff, like when it's cold. and we roll back in there, and we turn into this little pocket. And Brian drops trolling motor and makes like 4 casts with a buzz bait. And he's like, yeah, this pocket gets colder than anywhere on the lake, quicker than anywhere on the lake. Look down, and it's like 60 degrees water. And it'd been getting colder
it's like
all week.
6-7 degrees colder.
Yeah, we still proceeded to fish the entire pocket and waste about 20 minutes trying to get a topwater bite that didn't exist.
We did.
And then we rolled out of there. Actually, we rolled to the back of there.
Yeah, that was a dumb idea too.
Well,
we were
no, that wasn't
searching.
wasn't stupid because not up on the bank in there, and they're not biting topwater. They got to be out in the middle, right? Well, there were a few fish out there, but they wouldn't eat. So we bailed on that. Where did we go from there?
So from there, we were going to run and fish a couple other docks. No, we did go fish a couple of other docks. So we left out of there, and we
That's
were
right.
running, and we idled through a no wake zone. And as soon as we got on plane, I was looking at the 2D.
We saw a bunch of bait.
I was like, Matt, look at all that bait. And Matt's looking at it on 2D. He's like, man, that looks like some fish around it too. So we just mark it in our heads, and we run on and fish a couple of docks. They're like, let's go out there and look at that bait. Being the super scopers that we are.
We picked up our minnows.
So we went out in the middle of the lake, and we picked up our minnows and started shaking them. And it seemed like it was going pretty good there for a little bit.
Yeah.
We caught, I don't know, 15 or 20, caught another 2.5 pounder.
Yep.
And
Yeah, we caught a limit. We filled our limit.
Yeah.
Had about 9.5, maybe 10
nah,
pounds when we left.
probably 10,
Probably 10.
10 and a half.
And then we started thinking about other areas where we could catch a better than average fish, because that's the key to Norman, is you have to catch better than average fish.
And the whole time we're doing this, we know we're not trying to win. Like, the whole time we're out here chasing these fish around on the live sonar.
It got so bad one point in the day where Brian throws in a group and he hooks one, and it's a hybrid. Well, I had to get me a little bit of that, so I threw in there and hooked the hybrid. He gets his off, and I'm like, yeah, we don't need to screw with them hybrids anymore. We can still see them. There's like 15 of them down there swimming.
Yeah, I throw back in 'em.
Mach 12. Brian throws back in them. I said, why are you throwing back in them hybrids? He said, because it's fun.
It was fun.
And I'm like,
I mean, you catching 5.
why are we even out here in the tournament? Why don't we just come fishing, hybrid fishing?
I mean, you catching 5-6 pound hybrids, that's a good time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe they need to have a hybrid pot next year.
Oh, we would have been good for that.
Maybe. Can I bring my chicken livers?
No, we just need a minute.
Oh, they like chicken livers. Hybrids eat chicken
That's
livers.
what they say. I don't know.
I used to catch them at Moss on chicken livers all the time.
I've heard
on the
that.
bottom. Dangest
heard
thing you
that.
ever seen, dude. So we left there.
Left there. Matt had an idea.
No, we went and ran a couple docks. You got a jig bite.
Oh yeah, I caught one on jig on the dock. Surprised both of us.
It was about 14 inches long.
Yeah.
Maybe wasn't even that
And then
big.
the very next dock, I caught another one. So we fished like 3 docks, and I caught 2.
And then we left them.
Then we went back out in the middle of the lake and started using the live sonar again.
Dumb decision number 6.
Well, at least in our mind, in our defense, when we were catching fish on the live sonar, at least they were pounding 3/4, 2 pounders. And the 2 I caught on a jig on docks were like 1/3s.
Yeah, they were like 13, 14 inch, just line burners. But we did talk about an area where we both know big spots generally just live.
Kind of hard to catch sometimes.
Yeah,
but
they're
live
very
there.
educated. But we went there, and pretty quick we saw a couple fish, and Brian caught a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Scoping a minnow.
Yep.
Surprise. And then we kind of zigzagged around in there, and I don't think we caught another one.
I don't
maybe
think we
one or
did,
two.
no.
But they kind of dissipated on us, like we couldn't find them. And anyway, we run around, hit a few more places, and we never really got on them anymore. And then finally we said, why don't we just go back to where we were earlier? A lot of bait and fish in there. We went back in there, and that was bad decision number 9 or whatever.
Or 10. I forget which
There
one
were
it
still
was.
there were still some bait in there, but the fish were few and far. But that's actually when we got on the hybrids, I think.
Yeah, that's when the
it was
hybrids, the bass
the
left
second
and the
time
hybrids
around.
moved in.
Second time around.
But all in all, we had a lot of fun. I'd say we caught, I don't know, we had to catch 40, 50.
Maybe. Yeah. Caught a lot of fish.
Something along those lines.
And ended up again with like 11, almost 11 and a half pounds, which was good enough for a check, but not much more. And had a good time fishing that event together. And we were looking to try to go fish some stuff at Norman this year or this winter, just to keep our feet wet a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's a tournament trail that's going to allow us to fish.
Yeah,
So-
a lot of the local winter trails at Norman don't allow pros to fish. Like if you fish,
How you feel
MLF,
about that,
PPT.
Brian?
I mean, I don't understand it, especially now with the live
Agreed.
sonar stuff. But like Matt and I don't fish Norman near as much as most of the local Norman guys that fish all the tournaments there.
Yeah. Well, I really hate it for a lot of close friends of ours that
Yeah, I mean,
fish
now.
the NPFL now that are now in the local events.
I think it's
considered-
everything, like opens.
Oh, even like the EQs?
Yeah.
It's usually like a payout. Like if you pay a certain,
Yeah, if it's
a
over
certain
like a
entry fee,
$1,500 entry fee or
yeah.
something, like, so that's like 2/3 of the bass fishermen on. Like
Well,
Norman.
I mean, just to name a few, you got Scott Hamrick, you got Shane Lineberger, you got Jason Wilson, you got a pile of them.
Tater Hog.
You got Matt McBee, old Tater. You got a pile of them that fish
Yeah.
the NPFL. Some of us that fish elite, some of us LaHue fishes the elites.
Yeah, Hank Cherry, LaHue,
Yep, couple that fish. Well, maybe just two.
Queen.
Yeah, KJ, that's right. You and Andy that fish the BPT, y'all can't fish none of them. I
Right.
mean, and it stinks, like it's just not. This is my mentality. Like when I was growing up, well before I ever started fishing professionally and trying to get better. Like I was trying to get better, and anybody that fishes tournaments, I like to say they're trying to get better, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, like
so-
you want to fish against the stiffest competition.
I always did, dude.
Yeah.
And
That's how you learn.
That was me in any sport too, because I was super competitive. But
Right.
and I could only take so many butt kickings before I would just quit that sport or go to something else. Right? That's just how competitive I am. But when it comes to fishing local events and tournaments, like I would want to go to wherever I could fish again. That's why I jumped in BFLs at such an early age.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wanted to fish against the best, right? And that's that's kind of come to a halt here. I hope a lot of y'all agree with us. Some of you may not, and that's okay. But if you're a tournament fisherman, why would you not want to fish against the best? I mean, we're the ones with everything to lose, and everybody else, you go out and you beat 10 pros, and you can go home and say you beat 10 pros. Like, I mean, I think that's kind of cool just to have the option. Let's see. Let's jump to the next thing here. Yeah, that's right, Jody. DJ Winter Trail. I remember that. That's an old school trail.
Yeah, he used to let everybody fish.
Yep, he did. And
it was a good trail.
the Lake Hickory Winter Trail, David Craig said, come fish that. Shane, they sacked up 20. You and Shane sacked up 22 pounds the last time y'all were there?
Yeah, it's been like 5 years ago. I don't know if 22 lives in Hickory.
They're
anymore.
probably not on that stuff no more.
No.
They'll be spotted bass on that stuff
That's
now.
possible. I don't think I've been on Hickory since then.
Really? 5 years?
Yeah, it's probably been
Ooh,
5
wow.
years since the last time I fished Hickory was when me and Shane fished that tournament and had 22 pounds.
Well,
Guess what we caught them on? It's like the first week of April.
Alabama rig. Oh, April. Never mind. Glide bait. Stinger. Bam. Had been one of the two. You caught them on a big old swim bait or a stanger.
Stinger, 5-inch watermelon candy stinger.
Finished fourth at one of the winter trails out of my 85 bass tracker and placed higher than Thrift and Hank at the same tournament. Couldn't tell me jack that week. That's what I'm talking about, Keith.
Exactly.
And we like to hear those stories. We really, really do.
And like I catch 11 to 12 pounds at Norman. That's what I do. A one-day tournament, it's no good. Like I might squeak a check in. You give me 4 days, I usually catch up, maybe beat you.
I can usually catch more if I fish with the Hugh and less if I fish with Thrift.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I usually catch more.
I just have to pick the right partner on the right weekend.
You just
that's
picked
all
a
it
bad
is.
partner. What you
That's
did.
what it was.
I mean,
No.
I'll take the blame. It was my fault. You just picked a bad partner.
I think your credentials speak for themselves on Norman. It's probably paid for your house and some other things.
But those are all like 4-day events.
You 12 pound them to death, don't you?
12 to 14 pounds.
12
baby.
pound them to death. I mean, you go this time of year and you catch 12 or 13 every day, and you're gonna be tough to beat.
You give me 4
if it's
days.
3
it's
days,
gonna
4
be,
days, yeah,
I'm gonna start creeping up on you toward the end.
100%. All right, let's get. We said about half the show tonight we wanted to kind of do a free for all, take some questions, things like that. Oh, real quick, Angler's Choice open houses. We announced them on the last show. I'm gonna try to announce them every show just as a reminder for everybody. I know Brian will be at least 2 of them. I'll be at the Spindale location. Brian will be at the Spindale location. You'll be at the Martinsville one also.
I'll be at Martinsville.
Okay. January 16th, 17th. That one is in Lexington, North Carolina. This is 2026. January 23rd, 24th. That one's in Martinsville, Virginia, and January 30th through 31st is the one in Spindale, North Carolina, at the Angler's Choice Marine Open House. Whoa, any bucks yet? Yeah, Mr. Jones, Brian killed a pretty good one 2 weeks ago.
Might have been 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah, I think we talked
Middle
about it on
of
the show.
September, yeah.
Big old giant body, mature 8-point, big brow tines, heavy mass, really, really nice deer. And I have not
Matt
released.
could have killed one today.
Well, we won't talk about that. I mean, yeah,
We
you
gotta
talking
tell
about,
the
talking about
story.
the ones I videoed?
I'm talking about the one that was.
I couldn't have killed that one. I wasn't there.
I'm saying you could have if you hadn't been with me.
He could have killed one last night too if he would have not been at the meeting.
All right, I'll tell a little deer story.
Little deer,
Because we'll even go all the way back to the last time we fished a tournament about the same time of year.
Yeah,
which was the fish off at Moss Lake. And
I think they all know that story.
I'm out there. Well, not everybody doesn't know it.
Okay.
We're out there and we're on a fog relay getting ready to blast off. I look at my deer cameras and my number one shooter and my number one hit list buck that year, gigantic 8-point, 130-inch 8, ended up being. I ended up killing him in rifle season. Is daylighting like at 8 o'clock in the morning, sitting there in front of my stand, licking himself.
We're sitting on Moss Lake in the fog.
So fast forward to today. Brian texts me while I'm in the stand. I'm going to go to Moss in a little bit. You want to go? And I actually had a bait that I needed to test that I didn't even get a chance to test. And the fish were biting too good. Fish were biting too good. And so I said, yeah, I'll come out of the stand at like 9:30 and I'll meet you out there at 10. Well, 9:30, time just changed here. So 9:30 is like 10:30. So it's pretty late in the morning.
Yeah, sunrise is like, what, 6:30?
Yeah, 6:30. Yeah. So I get down at 9:30. Been in the stand about 3 hours of daylight. Seen quite a few deer. Put a couple bucks on my story today that I saw and videoed some pretty little deer. And one of my shooters, I literally leave the stand to go get my stuff and throw it in the truck to go meet Brian. And 10 minutes after I left, 15 minutes after I left, I told you I saw him out there when we were on the lake, but he was there for 30 minutes after I left. 30 minutes he was standing in front of my stand.
He was sitting out just watching you in the stand. I'm like, when that fool leaves, I'm going to come over there and see what's up.
That's what my buddy Brian said. All right, we do have some questions backing up. We said that we were going to try to take half the show tonight to answer questions. So y'all start shooting them in. I'm going to back all the way up to Branson Crisco. First question that I saw on the feed, as far as fishing related question, when and where do you use a lipless crankbait? So couple different scenarios. I'll give one, Brian, and you can give one, okay?
Yeah.
This time of year, I actually really, really like a lipless, especially in the backs of pockets, flat pockets, especially when it gets really,
I was
really
going to
shallow.
say, I heard some guys say they caught some on a lipless at Norman Saturday.
It does not surprise me. So back up 25 years ago when I was in some clubs around here, and we would go to Norman in the wintertime, and that would like a quarter or half ounce chrome blue rattle trap would be one of my go-to baits. Mm-hmm. And you could roll that thing around where the shad was congregated up in shallow water in the backs of pockets and things like that, and you could just absolutely smoke them. But I look for concentrations of bait, the backs of pockets, windblown little areas, especially flats in the backs of creeks, things like that. Especially where there's a little bitty tiny stain in the water. I really like it. Gets really good, but it's a very a wind can help a lot. Obviously, the bait and the fish present is the most important factor. But those shallow flats this time of year in the backs of little pockets and off the main, and then the backs of creeks and things like that, the lipless can be a big player. But that's one scenario where I use it. And as far as which colors and sizes to throw, I just try to match the hatch and the depth that I'm fishing. Brian, you want to give another scenario where lipless is a big player?
I think the most important thing Matt mentioned there was that little bit of stained water. I think that's crucial unless you're fishing a grass lake. Like if you're fishing a highland reservoir, I think you need that stained water to make that lipless bite really good. That's not saying they won't bite it in clear water, but I think there's better baits in clear water. But you get that little bit of stained water, and the size of the bait that I throw, be it a quarter, half, 3/8, 5/8, 3/4, whatever, it's like Matt said, it depends on how deep I'm wanting to fish it. Like I've caught giants in 2 feet of water on a little bitty quarter-ounce size lipless bait. Like it's whatever you can fish effectively in the depth of water, the water column you're trying to fish. I think that's the biggest thing, and there's really no wrong way to do it. I know one thing that I've noticed the last couple years, it seems like a silent lipless bait a lot of times will get you more bites in an area if you're getting bit on a one that's got a loud rattle to it. Demiki, they make a silent trimmer. It's a 1/2 ounce size, and I've caught a ton of fish on it the last 3 or 4 years that wouldn't bite a loud rattling trimmer. So,
yeah, and I've used some tungsten ones that actually can make a big difference.
Yeah.
All right, next question. This is for you, Brian. This is from Daniel. When do you switch to a 3/8 ounce jackhammer, and why?
The biggest reason I would switch, there's probably 2 different reasons. One's fishing shallower water, and the second one is if I want to wind it slower. So winter months, I like a 3/8 when I'm crawling it, when I'm trying to imitate a crawfish or something like that. I'll put a big flappy crawfish trailer on there, like a Demiki knockout or something that's going to imitate a crawfish, and I crawl it on the bottom. And one thing I'll do with that 3/8 a lot in the winter too is I'll throw it out there and get it close to the bank, and I'll start my retrieve, and I may wind it 4 or 5 feet, and then I'll stop it and let it fall all the way to the bottom. And just where I can maintain that bottom track and follow that bottom all the way back or till I get out of a strike zone. So I don't want that chatterbait to be more than 12 inches off the bottom, that whole retrieve that I'm fishing it. So I'll let it fall back and kind of get a mind of where that bait's at in the water column, where I can keep that bottom track and get those fish that are chasing crawfish and stuff like that.
It's a good question. I've seen it twice. I need to jump on this one. Then I'll jump back up to a few other ones. But, John, we'll talk about your question about what's our setup and baits when we flip lily pads in Florida. We'll talk about that one in just a second. But real quick, what would y'all have done different to catch some bigger fish at Norman this past weekend? That's a great question in the tournament we fished. So Brian and I actually discussed a couple different things after the tournament. And this is where some recent on-the-water experience would have probably played a big part in our decision-making process, because our decision was pretty much free for all on Saturday. We were just bouncing around.
Was free for all.
And we had a good time. We were catching a lot of fish, and we weren't super concerned about trying to win the tournament.
That's the thing at Norman is hard to get out of your head is, like, I know I can go do this and we can catch 30 in 2 hours. But, if we catch a 2.5 pounder, that's probably going to be a big one.
Yep.
Or do you go do this for 2 hours and may not catch a bass, but if you do, it might be a 4 pounder.
One thing that I think if we were a little bit more aggressive in our approach on Saturday, we could have run some more areas quicker and literally just kept the big engine running until we found some really large concentrations of bait with a lot of fish around them.
Yeah.
In order to get around numbers of fish, but also to try to get around a better average quality fish, because Norman,
get around some 3 pounders.
Yeah, Norman Notorious to me is all about being in the right area at the right time, because that lake you can win tournaments all over that lake given any time of year. But certain areas are just going off. But whether it's Lucky Creek or Mountain Creek or the main lake or Ramsey or Davidson or whatever it is, we probably should have stayed on that offshore deal. I don't think we could have caught 20 pounds and won a tournament, but I think we could have probably, if we could have
14, 15.
Yeah, 14 or 15 pounds and been a little bit more competitive.
And one thing I've noticed at Norman, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have too that spent any time there, and like Matt said, that there's winning fish everywhere on that lake from dam to dam. But there'll be a section of that lake they're biting better. It might be a 2, 3, 4 mile section of that lake, and you just have to run and sample a little bit of everything until you get into that zone where they're feeding the best. I don't know what causes it, and it changes day to day. Like you may go up midsection of the lake tomorrow and just catch the fool out of them and go back 2 days later and can't get a bite, and they're biting down on the lower end or something like that. I don't know what causes that, because Norman's the bite's not controlled by water generation, water movement, because
it's like 4 different lakes in one kind of.
Right. It almost really is. It's like 4 or 5 lakes in one, and it's just that's what makes it so fun, because you got to figure it out every day.
We did kind of discuss maybe chasing some dirty water or trying to find some, but we did run all the way back at one creek that typically should be dirty with a lot of rain like we had, and it was crystal clear still.
It was crystal.
So we left that alone.
You did catch one back there. It didn't help us, but you did.
I did catch one back there, didn't I? On a shaky head.
On a shaky head.
Imagine that. All right, John had a question. When we're in Florida, what's your setup and baits you use when you flip lily pads? I'll give one real quick, Brian, then you can give one. I used to flip 20-pound fluoro on this setup, but I'll use a 5/16 ounce tungsten weight, a straight shank hook, 3/0 or 4/0, and just a black with a hot blue tip Cinco or 5-inch lunker stick, and that is a go-to lily pad flipper. But now I have switched to braid because I've had my feelings hurt too many times with fluoro around pad stems. It just happens, and I have switched to braid when I can get away with it, and straight braid, like straight braid. And Canterbury kind of got me switched over to that, because that braid will cut through those pads, and that fluoro it'll hurt your feelings in those pads.
And a lot of times too with that braid, you can feel them bite it, because sometimes on those pads you'll pull it up to that root or something, it'll be wedged in there, and you'll be shaking it, and the fish will have it, and you won't even know
That's right. That's exactly right. A little bit more sensitive, but
you'll be sitting there shaking, and all of a sudden you go whoop, and then you jerk and you hang the pad.
And for the rest of the full setup, I'm using my 7.6 slackliner pulse fish lure, pulse fish signature series rod, and P-line, the no fade braid, the zero fade braid.
Yep.
And
Endurex.
Yep, the Endurex. Thank you. And 5/16 ounce weight typically, and straight shank hook, and just a 5-inch stick worm, black and blue. Normally 9 times out of 10. That's one of my favorite setups for flipping pads. But you got another one, Brian?
Yeah, I'm very similar to Matt. I like straight braid. I use the 50-pound P-line Endurex.
I didn't mention the size, but I also use 50.
Yeah, 50 pounds what I use, and I like a little bit shorter rod. A lot of people like to flip with a 7.5. I flip with a 7.2. It's actually my signature series frog rod. I either use that or I use a 7.3 heavy action Fitzgerald stunner rod. And the main difference I noticed, Matt said he uses a 5/16 weight. I usually like to go as light as I can get away with, depending on the wind. So if I've got a pretty calm day, I'll go down to a 3/16 a lot of times. Like usually 3/16 and quarter is what I'm pitching around, just because I want that bait to kind of flow through there a little bit slower instead of bomb right down. Because if you think about it, those fish in the pads, for when that flipping bite's really good and those big females are in there, they're in there mostly for spawn or bluegill spawn after they finish spawning. And I want that bait to kind of flow through there and just not bury straight down to the bottom. So it's almost like it's not weightless. Like obviously I think if you could throw a weightless bait through them, that'd probably be better than anything. But I go with 3/16 to a 1/4 ounce.
So we had a question on here. Why is Norman not exploded like Smith with big spots? They're pretty similar. Both have herring, don't they? Actually, no. Norman, contrary to popular belief, is not full of blueback herring.
I think it's got a few in it now.
How does it have just a few though? Like I've heard that for 20 years, and I've never laid my eyes on them myself.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Okay, maybe it's got a few, maybe it doesn't, but it doesn't have herring like Smith Lake has herring.
Right. It
Let's put
doesn't
that
have
way.
big bass like that either.
Yeah.
But Norman's a lot better.
It has plenty of big
Yeah,
gizzards,
so
Tons
that's
of
one
them.
thing Norman does have. It has got a huge population of 4 to 8 inch gizzard shad. Like, absolutely.
And if it has
full
a
of
few herring in it, that's fine. But if somebody comes up to me or you and tells you it has a huge
Yeah.
population,
It's got
of
a lot of
bluebacks,
alewives in it, too.
Yeah.
A lot of alewives.
A lake that y'all have never fished but always wanted to.
That's a
California
good question.
Delta for me. No, I haven't been to Clear Lake either. You have.
I have.
But I'd like to go to either Clear Lake or the Delta. The Delta when it's on, obviously.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So, believe it or not, I've never fished Lake Ontario. As many times as I've been to St. Lawrence
really?
River, I've never been to the lake. And I want to do that one time.
You are a super scoper now.
I mean, I just want to go out there to the lake because I've heard how good it is, and I've never been.
Well, okay, this is easier from Keith. What's our favorite North Carolina or South Carolina lake?
Ooh. I mean, my favorite's Norman.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, just because it's been good to me. If I didn't say Norman, I'd have to be mad at myself.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me. I mean, the lakes in the Triangle area of North Carolina are awesome.
Yeah, you
But-
spent a lot of time there in college.
Well, I haven't been there in years, but man, just day in and day out for what it kicks out and for how many 3-pound fish live in that place and 4-pound fish is Lake Murray for me. Lake Murray's just,
Yeah,
it's just
I'd
an
say
awesome
that's
lake.
one of the best lakes around our area.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, and if you count Hartwell for South Carolina, then it's right there with it for me. Hartwell can be a lot of fun, super versatile. It's like a super diverse lake too,
Yeah.
fun to fish. All right, let's keep rolling.
Keep rolling. Keep firing
Line
us
size
questions,
for
yeah.
shaky head, spinning gear, bait caster. Spinning gear 99%, well, actually 100% of the time for me. I think I've seen Brian throw some heavy. I mean, if you go to
I
like,
throw a shaky head on a bait caster sometimes.
yeah, but like 1/4 ounce plus, right? Like,
Yeah, 3/16 to a quarter.
I see.
I'm
Okay,
throwing it on a heavier
so
head.
3/16. I've thrown like some 3/8 ounce shaky head and stuff on bait casters, but I don't even categorize that as a shaky head anymore. Almost.
Yeah, it's
Like,
almost more of a biffle head style.
Something you're
fishing.
dragging
yeah,
more than
like
shaking.
You're covering some water with it pretty
Yep.
much.
My line size, I use usually 8 or 12 pound P-line Spinx braid, which usually a 9-pound leader, 9-pound Spinx fluorocarbon leader is kind of my go-to setup for an 1/8 or a 3/16 ounce. What about you, Brian?
Same 12-pound Spinx braid, and I like the 11-pound leader.
You
I
like
like
a little
to go
bit
as
bigger,
big as I can.
and that's probably the smartest thing to do. If you can get away with a little bit bigger leader, then do it. I think
Yeah.
I have this thing in my mind that says if I go to 11, I'm not going to get as many bites as I will.
See,
with
I
9.
used to be the same way, and then I see guys
boat
fishing.
flipping 6-pounders on spinning tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, in water you can see 10 feet deep in.
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
right.
like, well, they're not throwing light line.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If we're fishing for fun, this is from Stephen Carpenter. If we're fishing for fun, what technique do you prefer to fish? Brian's is jig head minnow. Quickly becoming the jig head minnow.
I do enjoy it.
What is
man.
your? I like a visual.
It depends on the time of year.
I like a visual. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like frog bites. I mean, topwater bites. That's cliche. I like a visual swim bait bite. Like
Ooh, that
I love
is
throwing
fun.
my fetch where I can roll it like 6 inches under the surface
Yeah,
and watch them just
watch
come up there and just
come out from under the dock and just-
yes, and just smoke it
like
like
a
that.
dog, just T-bone it.
That's right. If I had to pick one deal, that would probably be my favorite. And I throw it on like a 7.5 foot rod with 20-pound fluoro and just let it eat.
My favorite would be, I would want to go back to like 1997 and skip a jig under
I was
a
in high
dock.
school.
And when it goes under there and I hop it one time, the line just falls slack on the water.
Did you
Like, I
slack
wanna
line
go-
them, or
I
did,
wanna
did
go
you
back to
wind
that
up, or
bite.
did you slack line them?
You just wind and jerk.
So you tighten your line before you jerk.
I mean, you get 2 or 3 cranks.
Oh, okay.
Because he's coming out of there with it. Like,
Yeah.
they don't do that no more.
No,
But that's what I like
they
to
don't
do.
live under docks much anymore. The
Well,
ones
they
that are
do,
worth
but
catching.
they don't bite a jig like
Yeah,
that.
well, the ones worth catching do. We found that out at Norman.
That's true.
I mean,
That
the
is
ones
true.
not worth catching do.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said that wrong.
Yeah, a good jig bite. Like if I want to Like if I could describe the perfect day, I want to go skip a jig under some docks and just feel some of those good hard thumps on a jig.
Let's see. AOY predictions. What you got, Brian?
Ooh,
BPT. I'll give an
I'm
elite
going
after
Wheeler.
Gee, wonder why.
I mean,
Let's see.
yeah, pretty good guess.
Who do I have for an AOY prediction?
Y'all are going to be tricky to pick this year because of the half and half.
I have no idea, y'all. I really don't. Like, I mean, you look at Bass's AOYs the last, 10 years, and they've been all over the map.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, all over the map. Like, completely different style fishermen have won AOYs the past, 7 or 8 years.
It's really hard not to pick a Johnston.
Well, I mean, yeah, Chris, and they're super versatile anglers. Like, they can do a little bit of everything. And Chris, I mean, I'm not going to say he won't win 3 in a row. I mean, I think the odds are going to be stacked against him for 3 in a row. But when you're going, I would say this. So we got the St. Lawrence River, Ontario is our last event.
Is it a forward-facing live sonar?
It is.
Okay.
If I would have said that Chris will catch him in every other tournament, he always does. But I would say that he would have another shot, 100% shot, if that event fell in the no live sonar deal.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, he's still going to top 10 it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
but I honestly think those boys could potentially run away with it if it was not allowed in that event.
Yes.
And when I say run away, I mean like smoke the field, like smoke
right,
the field.
Yeah. Like if you go into the last event at St. Lawrence and Chris or Corey are in the top 3, 4 of AOY and there's no live sonar at St. Lawrence, they're going to probably, one of them's going to win AOY.
100%. Tyler, I'm glad to hear that. Said he got to fish the Toyota Owners Tournament this year. Him and his 10-year-old going to fish every single year they can. It was a pleasure seeing y'all down there, and always love hearing that. Yeah, Trey, I mean, you got to look at Trey, Rusty, because
yeah, almost won it this year.
He almost won it the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And, last year he had a little hiccup or two with some rule violations that cost him some places and points. And I think if it wasn't for that, he would have finished second last year. Potentially might have won it, but I'm not exactly sure how that shook out points-wise. But Trey will be a threat. The Johnsons will be a threat. Not sure what the rookie class looks like yet because the EQs aren't done. But look, in this day and age with technology where it's at and as good as these young kids are, it would not surprise me to see a rookie win AOY.
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
It's because I know.
I mean, every year you've
got.
got. I mean, you look at what Trey's done since he was a rookie. I mean, he's been a threat for AOY every year he's been there.
Yep.
But I mean, every year you've got a couple rookies that are winning elite events. We had the same thing at BPT. Guys that are just getting in, winning BPT events. So it's fun watching that. I mean, that's where we were when we started. We both started out the same.
The 100%. All right. Here from Tyler, he said, hearing maybe y'all might be paying a little more entry fee next year, get the payouts better. So here's where I stand on that, Tyler. The payouts.
I hope he's talking about y'all. I don't want to pay any higher.
Yeah, I was about to say. So you got Brian over here on one extreme, who, if he makes a check, he makes a great margin.
Yeah,
great
margin.
Return on his investment. If he doesn't make a check, he loses $6,500 or whatever it is a tournament.
Something along that.
So
I don't think about that.
And where
we're
not
at, thinking about that in 26.
It is. It's kind of a. I got mixed feelings about it because we could throw in more money and get paid out more, but if the ROI isn't as good, then I don't want to do it. The ROI right now is 5 times our entry fee back if we get a check with half the field getting paid. So you got to think about that for a minute. And I've talked about this on the show. Do I want to go back to paying $45,000 in entry fees for $10,000 checks? It doesn't really matter that much to me, but I'm not the one that really needs to be making that decision because I'm almost a 20-year veteran that's a little bit more established in the industry. It's the younger guys that need to figure out what are they willing to risk for what kind of reward. That, to me, is as long as if I'm paying a $5,000 entry fee, then obviously we need a minimum of $10,000 checks through half the field. Half the field minimum, absolute minimum. Mm-hmm. Now, when I came over to the elites, everybody got a check. Half the field got a great check. And since I came over to the elites in 2019, the payouts definitely have dwindled a little bit. The ROI dwindled a lot. But this year, fast forward to this year, the ROI is one of the best ROIs I've ever had since I started fishing professionally 18, 19 years ago. So that's that. I mean, I look at it from a simple business perspective. Do you want to risk more and potentially win a little bit more but not get as good a ROI? Or do you want to invest less, much less, and heaven forbid you have a mediocre year like I did last year, and you still get like, okay, so I think here's a good example. We paid $10,000 last year. I think I made, well, we're not going to count my classic check. We'll just count the regular season checks. I made 4 checks, all $5,000 checks. That's $20,000. So I doubled my investment, and I had a crappy year. Like, I had a crappy year, but I doubled my investment. Now, I could never say that for all the rest of the years of me fishing professionally, where I had a crappy year and doubled the investment that I had. So that's one way to look at it. Now, if you had a stellar year and you won AOY and you top 20'd in every single tournament, but you never top 5'd and you only won $70,000, but you won Angler of the Year, you get the $100,000 bonus, obviously.
Right.
But regardless of the bonus, you didn't make near as much money as you would have previous. But you only risked $10,000 too, so your return was actually more. So that's
I like less risk.
Yeah, I mean, well, look, we're simple businessmen. Like,
exactly.
we're conservative businessmen. How about that? Like,
businessmen.
But anyway, let's jump on to some more questions, Brian. We got 7:48.
One thing I want to touch on, or just I'm sure anybody that follows the bass fishing community knows, MLF, they released a statement regarding Kathy Fennell was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
I just heard about that.
I just want to say, we're thinking about Kathy. She's started out with our careers.
Super
with
sweet
FLW,
lady.
one of the best ladies in the business, best tournament directors, and she ran such a smooth ship. Everything was always as it is with her, and I never seen her get mad about anything. Like, she was always cool, calm, collected. So we're praying for Kathy and hoping she's going to kick cancer's tail and get back out there with us next year. But I just wanted to make everybody aware of that. That's
super sweet lady and done a lot for this sport too. Done a lot for this sport.
Done a whole lot for this sport.
Pat K, thanks for the kind words. Exact words, Brian. You ready for Pat's comments? He said, "Shout out, you dudes are the best talk fishing podcast in the game, as well as being great fishermen, fathers, and dudes." I just hope Allison and Emily read that.
I hope so too. If didn't, screenshot it so we can text.
Oh yeah, I got it right here. All right, I got it. Yeah, show them that. Next time they get mad at us, I'm just say, just so y'all know.
Yeah, we're good dudes.
Yeah, we really good dudes, y'all. We good dudes. No, we're just messing. So do they tax your check based off where you live or what state you're fishing in? There are certain states, South Carolina, Wisconsin, I think, that actually do pull the taxes out of your check prior to receiving it. But most of the states do not.
Right.
That's correct, right, Brian?
Yes, that is correct.
Rusty.
Another thing we need to touch on, the BFL at Lake Murray. Did the two guys were DQ'd.
Man, I don't know about that. Y'all brought that up on the show.
I mean, we'll let you take it, Tyler. He probably knows more.
He's the king of the rumor mill.
No, I'm not.
If it ain't a fact, better be careful.
MLF released the statement of media advisory that they were disqualified from the regional at Murray.
Okay, so they were officially disqualified.
Yeah. Now I don't know. I haven't read the whole thing.
Do you know any actual details of like why they were disqualified? Because
I know what MLF released of why they were disqualified.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Because I don't even know that. I mean, a lot of our viewers probably don't know that.
Well, one of the MLF, he can verify.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't fish the event. I'm
talking about what the press release.
Yeah.
One of them refused to take a polygraph test.
Refused it? Okay.
And the other one had, was it inconclusive?
Inconclusive results, yeah. So that moved up, I guess, with them two, because they would have qualified for the All-American.
Yes,
so obviously the next two guys would have moved up and made the All-American.
And all the checks were going to be readjusted down the line for payout.
Right.
Okay. We had a comment on here that it was from texting back and forth during the tournament over when they were leaving a hole or something like that. So, they were talking to each other during the tournament day. Yeah, that's definitely a no-no.
Yeah, definitely a rule violation.
And, this is my opinion on refusing a poly. obviously it's a touchy situation now with everything that's going on in the industry with bass and the disqualifications and things like that. But if you're refusing it, I mean, it doesn't
look good for you.
It does not look.
It does
good.
not look good for you.
Yeah, it's not. That's not a good thing.
But I'm still of the belief that there should be concrete proof
for a disqualification.
For a disqualification, and I'm
here's a question. So
concrete.
So the comment on here says it was texting back and forth during a tournament.
Right.
I feel like there was probably some evidence somewhere.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too.
At that point, why do you even need a polygraph?
I think it's protocol.
Okay. Well, the reason I say that is because you think if somebody knew that they were texting back and forth and or talking to each other, that'd be one thing. The co-anglers.
It was the co-angler that turned them in.
Okay. Co-angler turned them in.
There you go. Yeah, somebody, Braxton, just made that comment. He believed the co-angler turned him in.
Okay.
Or hand signals allowed.
Signals.
I mean, as far as I know, that's allowed. Like, I know we've all rode by each other, and I'm sure Matt's done it in elite terms. We don't have to do it in MLF because we know what each other have through Score Tracker. But I'm sure Matt's rode by Canterbury and, threw 5 fingers up. Like,
no,
I got 5.
I usually, when I ride by him, I only throw 1 finger up. You know which one it is, Tyler? Canterbury tell you which one it is.
I got a question that was brought up, but just from somebody else talking about this situation, about the texting back and forth information.
Yeah.
And obviously it's illegal to communicate.
Yeah.
Especially in the middle of the tournament.
What if 2 roommates agreed to meet up at a certain time to share information on the lake at a certain location?
Technically, that's premeditated, but technically, I don't think that would be illegal.
Yeah, technically, I don't think that's a rules violation if they're, as long as they're talking, because there's nothing in a lot of tournaments rules about, say, me and Matt are fishing down the bank, and
Matt and I
fishing down the bank. Matt catches a 4-pounder. I could say, "Hey, Matt, what'd you catch that one on?" And he could tell me. MLF rules, we can't do that. I can't ask another MLF competitor on the water what they're catching them on.
BPT.
BPT on the Bass Pro Tour. So that's one thing I like about that is you're not going to pull up there and see somebody. And I think a lot of that is because of Score Tracker. Because, I mean, in theory, you could have guys just ride around till they see Wheeler. He's always leading. And just pull up and say, Wheeler, what you catching them on? Wheeler might lie to him, but it's illegal. Then you can't ask what people are catching them on.
Do you know anything about this dual threat stuff? So
I've seen some about that.
David's asking if there's any interest to fish in the new team
on
it. So I've seen some. Actually, Scott Martin and his daughter Hillary made a post about fishing it.
Yeah.
Well, when I went to the website, man, I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I've looked at it a little bit, but I hadn't dove into it real deep.
Yeah, I mean, hey, David, that might be the future of Thrift and Arey. We might be on we might be on a
professional team series.
Yeah.
I think it's $5,000 entry fee.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
And $100,000 for first.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's something that hasn't been done yet in the sport of bass fishing. So
yeah.
I'm not going to knock it. I'd give it a chance.
No. I think I think the whole concept is awesome. I want to know some more details about where the money's coming from and the support of it and who's running it. And I can't figure any of that stuff out.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
I have
about
not
it.
researched it to the fullest. I probably just need to pick up the phone and call Scott.
Yeah, I'm sure Scott knows about it, especially him and Hillary.
Yeah, and kind of figure out how it's going on and or how it's going to go down. So
right.
But yeah. That's a neat
tag
deal.
team bass fishing. I like that too,
team
Bob.
bass fishing. Yeah. All right, 7:55. I think it's time for our trivia question. What do you
Let's
think?
do it. Trivia question time.
Appreciate all the questions, y'all. And
what is? I don't know what it is. What's the answer?
I don't forgot the answer.
Don't say it out loud.
Yeah, don't say it out loud.
I won't. That's the answer.
All right. I know
Tyler,
the answer.
that's the answer. All right. Pretty cut and dry. The winner gets a heavy-duty weigh-in bag, compliments of Angler's Choice presenting sponsor Let's Talk Fish, and a sweet Angler's Choice Marine hat. So you're going to message. Whoever wins is going to message us on our Facebook page with your shipping information, first and last name, and we'll get it out to you just as soon as possible. Or they'll get it out to you, just as soon as possible. All right.
You're going to have to call it because
I'm gonna have to call
I've lost the feed again.
Oh, bless. This guy, Tyler. This guy. All right, here we go. So I need to know now. All the weights on Saturday, they were weighed in hundredths. All right, hundredths. I need to know the weight in pounds and hundredths. Okay, that it took to get a check, which was top 30 on Saturday in the SOCC tournament at Lake Norman. What did it take?
147 boats. What did it take to get
30th place.
30th place
At Lake Norman. This is not Lake Gunnersville. Don't forget. This is Lake Norman.
This is Lake Norman.
Cool.
What?
Woo, that was close. There's a hint for y'all if anybody's wondering. I mean, I saw a close one.
Seen two close ones.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Wow.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Holy camole. I saw it on either side of it. Did
That
y'all?
was pretty stout.
That was
Pretty stout. Now, this is Norman in the fall,
yeah.
too.
I mean,
Which still was that's pretty comparable to what Norman usually
I'll give
is.
y'all a hint. You can look it up, so we'll see who can Google it the quickest.
I see it.
I see it.
I see it.
Pringle.
Pringle 727.
Yeah, so what's crazy, Pringle 727. Send us a message on our Facebook, Pringle. I hope that's not your, I don't think that's his birth name or her.
It may be.
Could be her. Pringle.
That's a good name.
I've never met a
Could
Pringle
be their
before.
last name.
Have you ever met a Pringle?
I think I've heard of a Pringle and a BFL.
Seriously, like last name or first
Yeah,
name?
last name.
Oh, okay. I understand that. I was talking about first name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Either way.
I've eaten some Pringles.
ate many a Pringles.
Sour,
Where are we going
sour
with
cream
this,
and
Matt?
onion is my
Spit it
favorite. Message us on our Facebook page, the Let's Talk Fish Facebook page.
It
Pringle
doesn't matter how you
727.
got it. You got it.
But give us your first and last name and your shipping information, and you are the El Champion. So what's funny is it was 1071 was the answer. I saw a 1070 and a 1072. I actually saw 1072 right out the gate, and
By the same person.
wow, that was close. Yeah, Brandy Gibson said 20. I'm sorry, Brandy. She said 1072 and then 1070
Yep. I seen
and
that.
then 1080. You were literally
All dancing
all
all
over it.
over it.
1076. Oh yeah, she was all over it. All right, Pringle, send us a message on our Facebook page. Shipping information. We'll get the bag and the hat out to you ASAP. Congrats on winning the trivia tonight. So,
Yes, sir.
You got anything else to add?
Congratulations.
Got anything else to add, Brian?
I got nothing else to add. What we got going on next week? Are we gonna make it 4 in a row? Possibly.
Hopefully the rut's heating up.
Well, we're
But
doing a show.
Good
gets
thing is
dark
it's 7
after
o'clock.
the-
It's dark. Unless I'm tracking one.
So
I'll be
there's a
here.
good chance we'll be here unless Matt goes hunting and shoots one before the show. We
Tuesday
might not-
night, dude. I got obligations on Tuesday night, and actually not Let's Talk Fish. It's my daughters.
Yeah.
Getting them back and
So-
forth to their dances and stuff
We'll
like that.
we,
So
we may make it 4 in a row.
yeah, I don't see why we won't be.
You
here
know
next
what
Tuesday.
I think we do?
McCoy, we're gonna get McCoy back in here one day.
And I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago on a show. Our next show it's going to involve some old lures. We're going to bring it back old
Oh
school.
yeah, we forgot about doing that.
We're going to bring a collection of some of our favorite lures of old.
Of old.
All
right, what's old? I mean, what
It-
justifies
it
old
could
at
be
this point?
5 years old if they quit making it. It's got to be something no longer in production.
I don't even know if
or
some of the
something that's people have mostly forgotten about.
Okay, all right, cool. Sounds
Something
good.
cool, because
Be fun.
what's going to be cool about that is we're going to reminisce over days of old, and also we may find a bait that they'll bite again that we forgot about.
Tuesday is Veterans Day.
Ooh, Tuesday is Veterans Day.
Girls are out of school that day.
That's right. I forgot about that.
But thanks for the reminder, Rusty.
Yes.
But yeah, we hope to see y'all Tuesday night for a show, and if not,
It'll be a good show. If
we'll
it's-
let you know.
If it's not next Tuesday, it may be the next.
And make sure y'all follow and like our Facebook page, because that's I'll usually put something on my story. Tyler will put something on his story, but we all always make a post on our Facebook page at least 95% of the time. The day that we're having a show, then we're going live that night. You should get a reminder if you subscribe to the channel and things like that. So be sure to do that. I've had some comments and some messages that say, hey, I never know when you guys are going live, but I think if you got your settings set up right, I don't really know how all that works, but you should get a notification that we are live. But anyway, appreciate all y'all tuning in, and when we can't go fishing on Tuesday nights, we'll sit right here and do what, Brian?
Talk fishing.
See y'all next time.